Okay, so tell me a little bit about the Sign Language Center. How did it come about?
Sign Language Center was founded by Alan Roth and Brian Blaze. Both are deaf, and they established it on September 10th, 2001, the day before 9/11, which was not a great time to start. But here we are 23 years later through the World Trade Center tragedy and COVID. And after COVID, they went virtual online. It was really a physical space in Midtown Manhattan for all that time before COVID hit. And then now it's an international platform, and we have all deaf staff. I'm the only hearing person on staff, and I have been Alan's personal assistant for over 10 years. And I was also a student at Sign Language Center. I started in 2004, I believe, and I'm a sign language interpreter, and I can't imagine my world without the deaf community at all.
hmm My next question is, what services do you provide at the Sign Language Center?
We provide American Sign Language classes for hearing, hard of hearing, and even deaf students who are from other countries who want to learn American Sign Language. All our teachers are deaf, so whether you're deaf or hearing, you have the same access because there's no voicing in classes. So we provide a language. And we don't provide interpreting services. We're not an agency. We often get requests for interpreters, but we have a lot of contacts and resources to provide for that arena as well.
hmm what particular stakeholders does the Sign Language Center partners with closely?
Uh, can you please elaborate on that question? What do you mean?
Like stakeholders in the community, like whether it's in the whether it's like agencies or like stuff like that.
I mean, we're not affiliated with anyone, but we do provide ASL classes in public schools. We're trying to get into hospitals, police stations, fire departments. We are now partnering with some Broadway theaters and off-Broadway theaters to provide accessibility in front of house and in back of house with our students, our conversational level students who volunteer at these theaters to provide access. So if there is a deaf audience member who happens to come into the theater that day, they have someone there who signs. So we really our mission is just to expose and bridge hearing and deaf communities and make American Sign Language more universal, or more accessible to
Mhm,
anyone.
mm,
So we do have a lot of affiliations, people who know us, because Sign Language Center is the only deaf owned and deaf run sign language school, community-based school.
mhm. Yeah, that's great. So my next question is, what impact does your organization have on communities as a whole, particularly the disability community?
Well, for many people who have other disabilities, like if they're blind, they're deaf blind, or if they have cerebral palsy or autism, sometimes they can't express themselves in the way that they want. So we really American Sign Language, because it's a visual language, and we really we don't judge. We are diverse. We are completely including. We believe in inclusion. So we're open to teaching anyone. If you're open to learning sign language, then we are willing to teach. We also offer tutoring for one-on-one for people who are maybe have different levels of learning or learning challenges and can't be in a class and keep up the pace with other students. We also offer workshops in many businesses like banks or corporations who might have someone who's deaf on staff, an employee, or someone who might have limited use of their hands due to cerebral palsy, or even have no language due to intellectual differences. So, or autism, whether they're on the spectrum or whatever might be their disability, we provide, we want everyone to be included. And we educate people on that. We provide workshops offering a PowerPoint class 1 to 2 hours on deaf culture and the do's and don'ts when you do meet a deaf person or someone with a disability. And we also just offer it in a fun and friendly way. We don't want people to be afraid of people with differences.
Mhm. My last question is, how do you create an inclusive and welcoming environment for people with disabilities? I know you touched on that a bit.
Mhm. Well, all of our staff are deaf. So anyone who walks in who is hearing, we are really the minority. We're everybody on our staff grew up in a hearing world, whether they grew up in a deaf family or not. They deal with their, I don't even like to call deafness a disability, or because to me it's an ability, but they deal with it every single day of their lives. So we're just so welcoming, whether you come in. The only thing, and we're trying to work on it, is we're not wheelchair accessible in our physical space. So that is one negative that we're trying to work on, whether we get a chairlift or something like that. But we do offer online classes now, Zoom. We encourage everyone to show their face because every face is beautiful, every brain is beautiful, and we're just all about inclusion. And that's our mission, really,
Mm-hmm.
to
Yeah,
spread the love of American Sign Language and different abilities in this world.
yep, yep, that's key.